Hello, Starseeds. I'm about to bring up something that people rarely talk about but often experience. They don't know how to digest it, and they certainly don't want to tell anybody about it. And you know what? I kind of wear my colors on my sleeve, so I'm okay with it. I just want you to know it's not just you, and this is a normal thing, but I'm going to bring it up. So, have you ever spent a lot of time building something, setting a goal for yourself, challenging yourself in some way, and then you get to the final result of it and it's really not what you want? You're not actually interested in it? Like college for a certain degree, and by the time you graduate, that's not what you want to do. Buying a house, and by the time you really are in this thing fully mortgage up to the hilt, you don't really want it, or it's your neighbors from hell, or there's something going on with the lateral lines, or it's just something and it's not worth it, but you're locked into it and it's a bad deal. It don't sit right with you, but you've already overcommitted yourself to it. Like, you can't back out type of thing. You've moved your family here. You've invested all this money in it. Because you've put so much into it, you can't just let it go. Or in your mind, you can't just let it go. This happens a lot with goals. This happens a lot with wants. Like, you think you want to do something. You think you want to try something. You set this goal for yourself, and it may be painstaking to get there, but then once you're there, you don't even want it. It's not even you. The person has changed. Your needs or your wants or your perspective has changed, so it doesn't appeal to you the same way. Or you find out as you get into it, you're not going to be able to be the kind of influence that you want. Like, say, becoming a police officer, you're not actually going to get to help people the way you wanted to. Becoming a lawyer, you don't get to defend the good guy. You keep protecting the bad guy. Things that you sign up for because they not sound good in theory, but seem like that's your core self. And then you get to that finish line, and it's nothing like it's just not really what you wanted, even though you signed up for it. It's okay to call it a wash, and just maybe you can't scrap it and start all over. Maybe you can't just buy another house because you're locked into it. Maybe you can't switch degrees or expertise, right? Like, it would be very hard to go from lawyer to doctor, like that much more schooling, right? But if you knew that's what you wanted to do, and you knew that your heart just was not in the thing that you had just vested all this time in, you're not a failure. You just learned a different skill set. It may come into play at another time in your life. It might not. It might just be so you can give someone else the how-tos. It's just for a learning experience, just to have that in your repertoire. I recently came to a point where I worked my ass off all year long, the last couple years. I've been just digging through my internal systems. Like, what do you want? What is really going to bring you peace? What is really going to bring you joy? And I'm a workaholic, so I thought that doing fulfilling work would bring me the joy. But truthfully, I don't want to work for these other motherfuckers. People have so many loopholes and policies, and basically when you sign the contract with them, all contracts protect the person who's having you sign it, right? And it's usually the person who signed it is losing out a little bit. I know we all work for a paycheck, right? But that means you could work anywhere doing anything. Your job doesn't really need purpose or meaning. The purpose and meaning is you get a paycheck. So I come from a family of people who work for themselves, very independent people, and there are certain jobs that are never going away. It's just a matter of, if you're going to be your own boss, you got to be a hard ass. You really do have to be kind of an asshole to be your own boss. You have to make you do everything. Everything is on you all the time. But then also you can buy your own days off. So, like, if you're not the kind of person who wants to be in charge of that much, and you prefer to outsource it to others, then by all means, go clock in and get your money, baby. But if you're the type who's like, this does not fit, it's like trying to wear someone else's skin, their shoes, their fucking, I don't know, it's not possible. It's like it gives you imposter syndrome. You're not faking it. It's just not for you. And when you have to fake that smile every day, and it's a white knuckle ride to the end of the week. Listen, we should not just be wishing for Saturday and Sunday. You're literally wishing your life away, trying to hurry up and get to the weekend. Only 2 days of the week that you look forward to, and the rest are torture. That's a bad imbalance. That's a unhealthy thing, and it makes you look for the end. It makes you, like I said, wish your life away. It makes you speed through the week, which is where you should be having a quality time, and then get to the weekend where you barely have a day to rest or have fun or do whatever, and then the second day you got to rest because you had fun, right? It's you can't necessarily ask anybody next to you what's right for you, but you do have to check in with yourself. Sorry. You do have to check in with yourself and see if what you started out on is what you're going to end up with, because maybe it's not for you. Maybe, sorry, this phone is failing me miserably. But when you get knocked down, you get back up again. You keep trying until it works, right? And I have had many falls, many fails, and many failures, and I have still not failed yet. If you keep trying, then it's not over. It's not over until you give up and you don't care anymore. Once you become complacent, you become compliant, and basically whatever's suggested to you is what you'll take, because you're tired of the thinking. You're tired of the doing. You're tired of the getting and moving and going. And so unless you're at your final resting place, and I hate to use those words, but that is how it is, unless you're there, you should keep it moving. You should figure out what it really is that you want and what it really is that calls to you. Quit trying to fit in someone else's box. Quit trying to appease someone else's idea of you. The expectation that you need to live up to is your standard of yourself. If you don't feel like you're a good parent, take a parenting class, read a book, do something like that. If you don't feel like you're a good worker, take a workshop, do something, some skill building. Anything. If you feel like you're not very good at being social, try using social media until you learn how to connect with people better. Whatever it is that you feel like you're lacking, you can gain on your own. Someone doesn't have to give it to you. You have to just go get it. But if you don't know what you're wanting, you're not going to be able to go get it. I'm wanting to be able to connect with my online community so that we can brainstorm and come up with ideas to fix our current problems, and then go out into our own homes and our own towns and our own schools and our own jobs, apply that, and start to make things better, not just get on here and chat with each other. I would like to see people in reality, in the 3D, not just digital. This is not our only avenue. This is not just the future. Like, if we lose sight of everything we have, this has no foundation, this has no point, this has no purpose. It leads back to nothing. It's anchored into nothing. So instead of using it for entertainment, we need to use it as a resource, as it should be. I mean, you don't even have to feel embarrassed asking questions anymore. You can Google things. You can learn. Whomsoever will. If you want to know, you can know. I feel like more people need more time to stop and think about what it is they want. They need more time, not just to gather their resources, but their thoughts, like to get clarity, to stop and assess what it's come to and what is likely to happen afterwards, and kind of rethink some shit and see what you can do to protect yourself from what has already happened. Be that getting rid of people who bring you down, moving away from places or jobs that they take more than they give. It is time to separate the have and the have not. And by have and have not, I mean have the will to do and do not have the will to do. Can't, never, could, right? Those might as well be children of Cain. No, I can't do this, I can't do that. Able is able and willing and will do. We need a group mindset of we need to fix it. Not I need to fix it, not you need to fix it, we need to fix it. The admittance that no one can do it by themselves, the practice of inviting other people in or trusting people enough to believe that you at least have this common goal to reach, and that common goal is on the up and up. It's going to benefit more than the two people who are discussing said goal. It's not, well, if we could get them to think this, if we could get them to follow us. It's not about having people follow you. It's about making new avenues for people to help themselves. It's about presenting the material and making it available with the how-to, putting the instructions with it, not just pointing or not just suggesting, not just redirecting. Like, people need help. We didn't all have parents, and some of the parents we had, they didn't have parents, so we don't know what to do if we haven't learned to do it yet. We still have to grow. We are stunted in our development, and it is necessary for us to go back, catch up with ourselves, and then come into the present moment, because oftentimes no one is living in the present moment. You're either living in the past of regret or wishful thinking or coulda, shoulda, woulda, or whatever, even nostalgia, or too far in the future. What if could be, it never gets there. It's just fantasy. We need to be where we're at, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's impossible. The only way you can change anything, the past, present, or future, is right now. Right now. Stop dwelling on the past. Stop getting too far ahead of yourself and deal with what is right here in front of you. And what's right here in front of you is your feelings, how you really feel. There's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide. It's going to keep going, and it could get harder. And so if you're not right within yourself, you're not going to be able to match that hardship. You're not going to be able to persevere through it because you're not good in yourself. You're not anchored in, or you're not regulated. You're not in flow. And if you're not in flow, then everything's just crashing into you, and it feels like endless, like a landslide of stuff coming in on you. Well, now's the time to deal with that landslide of stuff, because certain things that do not belong here and do not belong in your life are falling away. Be it your job, your relationship, your house, your finances. Your finances may be up in smoke right now. And maybe it's not your fault. Maybe it's because where that money comes from is not viable, is not ethical. Not that you're doing something unethical, but the business that your business works for is unethical. So there's going to be a pause in that. There's going to be a stop in that. Not everything that's being torn apart is bad, but not everything that is leaving needs to go either. So we're going to have to do recovery. We're going to have to do damage control after what we've been put through. It's not going to be quick. It's not going to be easy, and there's no room for laziness. Participation is mandatory. Whether you want to or not, it's going to affect you. So it's better that you pick up a candle than curse the darkness, right? Be a part of the solution. I love you guys. I got to get back to work, but if you have found yourself in a situation where this isn't what you want, this isn't where you're supposed to be, this doesn't sit right with you, cut it off. Feel free to cut it off, because you're just wasting time if you don't. You're just prolonging the inevitable if you don't. I love you. Have courage. Be bold and move forward.